welcome to Motivational Monday with Wayne. Hey, glad to be with you today. Did you have a great weekend? Oh, I had a blast. I had some good family time. Got to watch the movie Iron Man 3 with my kids, my wife and kids. We had a blast doing that one night. And we also went out to Toys R Us and got some Nerf guns and had a Nerf war. That was a blast too. But hey, welcome to Motivational Monday with Wayne. And listen, preparing for the October 24th Thirsty Thursday show coming up here soon. Excited about that. Hey, listen, if you have a cell phone handy, get it out, and you're going to text the word Thursday to 50500 to get some information on our upcoming broadcast. That's Thursday to 50500. I also want to let you know that we did just launch a fan page a few days ago. Facebook.com/Thirsty Thursday Show. That's Facebook.com/Thirsty Thursday Show. Go ahead on and check it out. Like us, leave us a comment. And we're posting some motivational and inspirational quotes there on a daily basis, as well as transformational. And I'm going to look right now and see what we have posted for today. I believe the one is on motivation. Let's see here. What do I got? Okay, this is a good one for motivation for life. So here it is by Steve Jobs. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Awesome words of inspiration and motivation by Steve Jobs. So listen, we'll be posting some nice quotes every day, a few times a day. Feel free to stop by and share them or like them. Appreciate all your support. Listen, I'm also going to share now the word of the day. It comes from Isaiah chapter 52, verse 7, and this is what it says. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, your God reigns. Whoa, that's awesome. Let me say it one more time. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, your God reigns. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and post that now on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, Path. There it goes. Awesome word of the day today. Listen, I want to talk a little bit about motivation. Back when I was involved in the Kiyosaki group, and I used to train students, all over the country in real estate, one of the things that I remember learning, I learned a lot about motivation. And one of the things I learned was that, you really can't motivate anybody to do anything. It's a frustrating thing, once you learn it. I mean, you can try to call someone up and say, hey, oh my gosh, if you do this is the bonus you're going to get. This is the benefit you're going to get. If you do this, that, all these things. You can put riches in front of people. You can put money, you can throw money at them. But what I've learned is to really motivate someone is to put them in an environment that is motivating. Okay, so bring them to an environment where everything around them is full of motivation or is motivating. A conference, a seminar, a conference call, a radio show. Put them in a situation where there's motivation all around them, and whatever is inside of them, whatever transformation has taken place within them, it will either become motivated or it won't. And that's just it. That's just the truth. So if you're looking for motivation, if you're looking to be motivated in your life, try to find places where motivation is the main focus. So don't try to do it on your own. Yeah, you reading books and listening to this show and so on and so forth are great, and they can help, and they may cause motivation. But if wherever you're going you're not getting motivated, you need to find somewhere else. You need to get around like-minded people who are going to motivate you, who are going to inspire you. So that's just a quick lesson on motivation that I've learned over the years. And I've seen it work. I've seen it where I've brought people to a conference or a convention or a hotel meeting or a home meeting or whatever. And you kind of just do what you know to do, present what you know to present, promote an environment that inspires motivation, and sit back and watch. Because after you do all that, it all has to do with what's within the person. And so if you're someone who's lacking motivation right now, chances are you're not surrounding yourself with opportunities that will motivate you. Maybe most of your friends, every time you try to talk about a good idea or a different way, a different path to go, maybe they shoot you down. Maybe they're negative. They sow seeds of negativity into your life. And that can be very frustrating. And what does that do? 9 times out of 10, that doesn't motivate you. It deflates you. And now you're deflated. And you're not, pretty soon you're not even motivated anymore to the degree that you were, because you've been so deflated. Okay? Great Place is church. This past Sunday at church, was highly motivating. We have a Friday night service I like to get to as much as possible. Again, very motivating. I just discovered a couple in my church who have created their own EP and have like 6 songs, an EP on iTunes. And I actually downloaded it last night. Oh, very inspiring worship, motivation. Awesome songs. And, hey, where do you think they got what they got to produce what they did? They got it from God, but they were in a setting that motivated or inspired that connection with God, because they even mentioned it. They said, hey, we were getting together to put together some worship, and in the middle of it, wow, we just got these songs, and it's a really cool story. And I'm working to have them on, if not the first, but one of the upcoming Thirsty Thursday shows. So there's a little tidbit on motivation for you today. Think about what you can do today to get yourself motivated. How can you position yourself today to achieve or to maintain or to grow some motivation? Maybe you need to call a friend. Maybe you need to attend a meeting or see if there's a meeting nearby that you can attend. Or, I don't know. That's up to you. You need to figure that out. But I think you'll find that when you get around like-minded people, when you get around people that are excited about something and headed somewhere, it's easy to get excited with them. As a matter of fact, the only thing that's going to make you any different, any more, I don't want to say more of a person, but any more developed as a person, or anyone who's strong in motivation, transformation, or inspiration, any of these things, what's going to make you different in the future from now are 2 major things. Number one, the people you surround yourself with are going to help to really determine your future. I don't want to say determine your future, but to help you grow. Okay, if the 4 or 5 people that you surround yourself with are negative and opposite of where you're going, they're pulling you down. It's really easy to take and do this inventory of yourself to see where you're at. If the 4 or 5 people you're surrounding yourself with are go-getters, they're motivated, they're inspiring you, you're doing good. As I'm looking at this Steve Jobs quote on my fan page, I'm thinking of Bill Gates. And Bill Gates, who founded Microsoft, if you ever hear him and you ever really get to know him, well, I don't know that we can get to know him personally, but read his book or whatnot, you'll find that the guy is brilliant in surrounding himself with brilliant people. Oh, he's a smart guy, don't get me wrong. But he's really wise because he surrounded himself with people smarter than himself in all these other different areas. And that's the key. That's the key. So hopefully this kind of, touches you somewhere and gets you to do a little inventory of yourself. And I'll tell you that I've gone through some serious seasons in my life where I had to do inventory. And I had to get rid of inventory. I can remember the first time was, one of the first times I should say, was when I first became a Christian, July 25th, 1997. I became a Christian, and all of my friends just thought I was crazy. They thought I was telling them they were going to hell. I was just trying to share my newfound faith. I had such a drastic transformation. Wow, talk about transformation. I had a huge transformation on that day, and I went from darkness into light. I went from being, drinking and doing drugs and doing stupid things to following the Lord and getting rid of all of it in the blink of an eye. And you can too, But when I did that, I lost a lot of friends. I did. A lot of close friends too. I just couldn't handle going to the bars anymore, and had to, at the time, think to myself, okay, where are these people going and where are they taking me? And it wasn't where I wanted to go. So I think I lost every single one of my friends at that time. I remember another time was when I was working for General Motors on the assembly line, and they offered a buyout, and I took the buyout and I left the job, and I went out on my own, basically. It's when I started the real estate mentoring with the Kiyosaki group. And a lot of people thought I was crazy. How could you leave such a great job? You're nuts. All these people just trying to get me to not go. And I said, listen, it's where my heart's pulling me. It's where I want to go. And I had to cut ties with a lot of those people. And I made new friends. And then it happened again and again. And it's happened several times in my life. And I think in order to grow, sometimes you have to prune the bush or the shrub in order to grow. And it's not always so easy, because sometimes we have these proximity relationships where you have people that you grew up with, you went to school with, they're your next door neighbor, whatever. And you know what? They're just really not good for you in your life. They're pulling you down. Hey, you got to love them and not put them down and not feel like you're any better than them. But if someone's not going with you, they're going against you. And you'll see this with your friends. Depending on what types of friends you have. Just take a step of faith and try to step out there and go do something new or go against the grain or try something different, and you'll see who your real friends are. It's really not that hard. But I said all that to say this, that in order to get motivated, you got to get yourself around motivating people, and you got to get in a motivational environment. Okay, and sometimes that pruning has to happen. It's not always. It's sometimes it's painful, because you can develop some really strong ties and relationships, even if they're not good relationships. Maybe they were proximity or time. You grew up together. It just is what it is. So hey, I just encourage you now to think about the friends that you have and the people that you surround yourself with. Are they taking you up or are they taking you down? It's really a simple question to ask yourself. And then the next part is the hard part. That's making the decision. Making decision to let go of the ones that are taking you down and cling on to and get stronger bonds with the ones that are picking you up. And that's not so hard, but the latter is. So hey, this has been Motivational Monday with Wayne. Hope you enjoyed it, and looking forward to Thirsty Thursday show on October 24th. I do have a time now for it. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, October 24th will be our first show. And you'll be able to hear the show at iHeartRadio.com. You can find the Thirsty Thursday show there. It's actually under Thirsty Thursday Call. So until I get that changed, you may have to look it up under that. Spreaker also has the show, Thirsty Thursday Show on Spreaker. and also ThirstyThursdayCall.com. If you just visit the website, ThirstyThursdayCall.com, it'll be streaming live right there at 5 o'clock. If you have an iPhone or a Droid, you'll be able to visit it right from your phone and listen as well, either at the website or you can download one of the apps. The Spreaker app, that's Spreaker, or the iHeartRadio app. Either one of those will work, okay? So there you have it. We're coming up, I'm going to be announcing maybe some speakers on it here pretty soon, guest speakers. I have some in mind. I mentioned them earlier in this show, and hopefully it'll work for them. If not, it's okay. God is in control, and I know everything is going to work out just fine. All right, you have a blessed day, and remember, be blessed to become a blessing, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.